What's up, guys? I'm gonna take a quick minute. I know that a lot of you guys are already aware of the fact that last week my dad passed away, and it's been a bit difficult. There's a lot of uncertainty around what's gonna happen now, and there's things that gotta get figured out. I'm really only telling you guys this because there is a chance that there will be a bit more inconsistency with the channel. I'm gonna try my best to have that not be a problem and just to keep pumping out content and doing everything that I do. But if for some reason I miss a stream or I miss an upload or I just kind of, seem like I'm a few days behind or whatever, just know it's not me being lazy. It's not me being flaky or anything like that. There's just stuff going on and kind of have to deal with it. I'm not saying that because I want you guys to be sad for me or anything like that. It's more just to be transparent so you guys understand what's going on. But on a brighter note, I kept my promise to you guys and to myself, and I went ahead and I put out my song.
But now you just sit back, you're jaded, always invasive, always degraded, and you're still telling the world that you hate it, ready to cave and already anguished, looking for meaning in life and you're breaking, been overtaken, pretty mistaken. I don't know what it will take to erase this or to replace it, so you embrace it, yo.
So for any of you guys that are interested in that, please take a minute, go check it out, give it a like. If you enjoy it, throw it on a playlist. That'd be really cool. All that kind of stuff helps me a lot, and I'm super stoked about that. Despite everything that's been going on, I still stuck with my promise to myself and stuck with the promise that I made to you guys, and I made that happen. And with that out of the way, I'll leave you guys with the rest of the video. I have some complaining to do, and that's pretty much what's about to happen. Okay. So we have this new character that came into the game, Raptor. And at first I thought he's really strong, but I was so focused on the Tempest buff that I was kind of like locked in on just playing with her new ult and like having fun with her. And I didn't really notice how crazy it was. And over the past week, after I got the time to actually sit down and play some more, it became pretty apparent that he's an issue and he's created quite a bit of a mess for the game. First thing I noticed is that playing solo is pretty much impossible now. Any semblance of stealth is essentially gone. The idea of going in and trying to just make money, run around and loot and maybe avoid fighting people is much more difficult now, especially by yourself, because Raptor can scan your footprints and he'll attach a camera to you and live ping you for his team. And if they decide that they want to come push you, it's really hard to get away from that. And he can just keep doing that every time his ult comes back up, which doesn't take that long. And it's really annoying. And I already had a moment where I got a smooth bore out of a safe and I just wanted to get out, and I go try to get to exfil, try to be stealthy, try to hide, and then I get scanned by a Raptor, and then his team just bombards me because they know where I am now, and I killed two of them and then died to the third one, and it's really annoying. I also had a moment yesterday where I didn't realize this, but his bird does damage when it decides to like swoop down and EMP you or whatever, and it's 30 damage when it hits you, and I really needed not to get full killed because I was going to be dead. And the bird comes down while I'm crawling to my teammate and swoops down and hits me and finishes me off and takes me out of the match. With all the scanning that he can already do and all the intel that he provides for his team, the fact that the bird also does damage is just crazy to me. I don't understand it. And on top of that, his EMP grenades and the EMP from the bird stop your heals and your reses from happening, and they knock your gun out of your hand for a good like second and a half or whatever. And that whole thing right there is also really annoying, especially since you're being live pinged the whole time, so you know you're already compromised. Then you get hit with this EMP, it stops your med kit or your surgery kit from going off, and you don't have your gun for a second. And if his team's on top of it, they're going to capitalize on that, and you basically you're just dead. There's not much you can do about it. So I don't really understand the thought process with this new character, and he's really disrupted the gameplay a lot and made stealth essentially impossible. On another note, they buffed Hatclaw, which, if you guys watch my tier list video, you know that I felt like she was pretty weak and that she kind of needed a buff. So good on them for doing that. But with buffing her, her scan lasts longer, her knives are quite a bit better, and her flashes are better. This is all good stuff. But because they buffed her, now there's more Hatclaws running around on top of this new character, which means you got double scans happening constantly. It makes it even harder as a solo, or trying to be stealthy, or trying to avoid a fight, or trying to rat and just like maybe not engage right away, or try to run away sometimes even. It feels impossible because you're getting Hatclaw scanned, you're getting Raptor scanned. They both are getting their util back relatively fast, so you're just constantly getting pinged for his team, and you can't escape. So then it feels like you have to fight this team now, and it's up to them whether or not they want to take the fight. You don't have a choice. We still have a pretty massive cheating problem going on that really doesn't feel any better than when I made my last video talking about it, and sometimes even it feels worse. I still see the same names of people that I am pretty much convinced are cheating, and I've seen many suspicious kill cams from them, and they're just still here. It's like nothing ever happens to them, and I run into them constantly. And with all the scanning going on, makes it even harder to tell now. It's a lot easier to cover up the fact that you can see through walls when you can spam recon characters and see through walls. I don't really understand the dev's thought process there, because all it did is muddy the waters even more than it already was. And before this, we had Luna arrows getting shot over every time we were about to fight a team, because that was a way to cover it up. But now we got Raptor, and it's 10 times worse than Luna. And what sucks is that Raptor is not a good character to play if you yourself want to go get a bunch of kills. And he really works best with teammates that are willing to go capitalize on the information you're giving them and do a lot of the fighting for you while you feed them that information. But it feels like you almost have to have one on your team now, because if you don't, you're going to lack the information that you need to be able to fight teams that have a Raptor and are going to be using that same information to win the fight against you. Now, this isn't the only thing that I have to complain about. It's really just half of it. We got a new gun, 2 new guns, and one of them is an assault rifle that is borderline useless. It's another one where it's like, I don't know what they were doing. It's not great. The recoil is kind of crazy. The attachments are all super inflated, which is to be expected with a new season or whatever. But I mean, even spending the money to kit the gun out, it doesn't feel that good. And I'd rather just give me an AK or give me an M7 or any other gun that's just already decent over using the new one. And that really sucks, because that's a big chunk of the new content. We also got the Marlin. To be honest, I actually kind of like it. Pretty fun. I'm actually thinking of making a video on it. It's not great and easy from what I can tell, but if you put gold ammo in it and you kit it out the right way, it does quite a bit of damage. But it's really kind of one of those guns that's more made to have fun with. It's not really going to compete against like K416s or M7s in close range. At least that's one that's kind of decent, and they did a good job at that one. We have Layali with the new wildfire event going on, and I was excited for that because I thought, hey, that'd be really cool, like fire kind of spreading throughout Layali, kind of change it up a little bit. Then I played it, and pretty much all it really is, from what I can tell, as the match goes on, your visibility drops to 0. And like I mentioned earlier, with not only all the scan characters, but the cheating that's still a massive issue, why would I want to play a map where, as somebody who's not cheating, I can't see, and there's people that can see me through walls to begin with? It just seems like it's a cheater's paradise. At least in Zero Damn Night, I can throw on night vision and be able to see relatively decently, whereas here, there's not much you can do. I maybe run a thermal sight, but that's expensive. For that to be the new map that we're getting for the whole season is kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. Now, on a brighter note for the game, the new Warfare map, funny enough, is actually kind of good. I enjoyed it, and I actually find myself wanting to go play it sometimes because it's pretty cool. I don't like Warfare, but the fact that they put a good map in is a nice change. Thumbs up for that. That's solid. They also gave TDM, which, in my opinion, honestly, should have just been here from the beginning. I don't know why it took this long to get Team Deathmatch in this game, but it's here. And honestly, it's pretty fun. I don't like Team Deathmatch in most other games, but here it's not too bad. And just as a way to just switch it up, vibe out, you can see in the background gameplay here, I've been playing it a little bit. I enjoy it. Thumbs up for that. There's competition for Delta Force at the moment. Yes, Delta Force is a free-to-play game, which is going to change the dynamic a little bit because the barrier for entry is much lower and more people can just download it and give it a try, which is going to help the game. But with all this competition coming out, you would think that the devs would be putting a little bit of effort into cleaning the game up and making it more presentable for the average player. Console release happened, and I have console friends that want to play with me, and we've been playing together. They immediately can tell that PC lobbies are having a serious issue. It almost ruins the game for them when they try to play with me. They still do have to deal with Raptor and Hatclaw and all the scan meta going on and everything else, and it's still annoying them, but they at least only have that, and the idea of having people with wall hacks in every lobby isn't as much of an issue, but it's unfortunate. I've heard rumors of anti-cheat improvements coming. I've been hearing rumors of this for forever, but I've heard more recent ones. I hope it's true. I hope that in a week or two, this whole situation is fixed. Maybe they nerf Raptor. Maybe the anti-cheat comes out with some massive improvements and they can start really cleaning up the game. Maybe the mid-season update is going to have some good things. And I really value being honest with you guys. And, you know, if I'm having an issue with the game that I'm playing, or if I'm not enjoying it, or if there's something going on, being transparent and telling you the truth to me is more valuable than trying to lie and fake it and act like I'm not having an issue with this game right now. I just don't think that that's really justifiable, and I'd much rather be honest. I hope for the best for this game, 100%, and I know that Battlefield's coming and Arc Raiders is coming and COD's coming and all these other games are going to come out, and it's inevitable that those games are going to pull away some players. I'm sure that this game will still survive. I don't know for how long if they don't do something drastic to fix the cheating in particular, but also to clean up the mess that they made with this new character. I do hope for the best for this game. I'm going to stick around. I'm not giving up on it. I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys struggling with some of the same issues? Is there stuff that you guys enjoy about the new season? Is there things that you like? How do you feel about the new guns? I would like to know all this stuff, so feel free, drop comments down below. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope for the best. I hope they manage to fix this. I'm sure they can at least make it better than what it is. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace, guys.